A lot of people wear Olympic weightlifting shoes because they believe that it gives them access to deeper ranges of motion of ankle dorsiflexion, but that's not entirely true. See, there's no doubt that ankle dorsiflexion, or knees over toes mechanics, are an important component of a deep squat position, especially if you want to squat with a vertical torso angle. But if you're struggling with range of motion in your ankle dorsiflexion, then getting into that deep squat position with an upright torso can be very challenging to do. And this is where the advantage of elevating your heel comes in. Now, it's common to notice that when you do use some kind of heel elevation, you will be able to gain access to a deeper squat position with a more vertical torso angle, but that's not because of increased ankle dorsiflexion. But what it is due to is greater knee over toe distance, which would traditionally come from increased ankle dorsiflexion range of motion. See, what happens is when we're limited in dorsiflexion mobility, we will reach our end range ankle dorsiflexion earlier in the squat pattern. And to compensate, we will then reach our end range of hip mobility earlier in the squat pattern as well. So by elevating our heels before we even start the squat pattern, we are placing our ankles in deeper plantar flexion range of motion. This places us further away from our end range of ankle dorsiflexion, which gives us a greater distance to travel through before we reach that dorsiflexion limitation. This in turn allows us to challenge deeper mobility in our knee flexion as well as hip internal rotation and flexion due to the fact that we're able to sink into a deeper position in our squat. Sure, I'm arguing semantics here, but in my opinion, this is important information to give you more power over the quality of your range of motion.